the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Dallas Mavericks at American Airlines Center. Well, for the Mavericks, after splitting their first two games of the season, tonight's game gives them a chance to get their record over the 500 mark and maybe get a little momentum on their side. And a 30-point outburst from AI last game. Kenny, has he surprised you with his ability to score at this level?
You know, I really didn't realize he'd be so assertive. I just thought that he'd be a little bit more passive, but he just came out and says, look, I have a sense of what I need to do offensively, and I'm going to get it done.
Ernie, don't correct me. I'm about to say a word that I know it's not a real word, but
don't
it doesn't
say feet
matter.
work.
Oh, Ernie, I didn't
don't
think.
Say feet work.
Ernie, I didn't think his
don't
feet.
Say feet work.
Ernie, I didn't think his feet work would be so polished. He sees the floor extremely well for a young player.
Footwork.
Feet work.
Oh, my gosh.
Foot is one. Feet is two.
Yeah,
you ever
but
see a guy play with one leg and one foot? No. Thank you very much.
That's great footwork.
Feet work.
Then.
I'm leaving.
Please, you and me and my feet are going.
I'm just leaving.
He's a legend. Thank you, D.A. Early on in the season, some players locked and loaded, others trying to find their groove. Clark, did you tend to be a fast starter, or did it take you some time to get a flow for your game as a season starter?
You know, Kevin, in my relatively short career, I experienced both.
A.J. Barea is checked in for Smith. And Chicago also making a switch. D, he's checked in for Levine. So the Bulls 5 right now. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. D out there with Dunn, and it's Valentine in at the 3.
Barnes, the experienced player that he is, good at not letting the defense bother his shot.
Dunn passes to Carter. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Nowitzki against Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. Inside, Matthews with the steal.
Active hands prevented an easy bucket that time.
To the paint, here's Barea, and he uses the glass on the layup. Barea's got his first bucket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
Here's Dunn, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
And the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game. Matthews, no one around him. No good on the quick 3.
And, you know, Kevin, that's what they want, an uncontested look from the perimeter. Sadly, they came up short on that possession.
Day kicks to Carter. To the middle. Got a hand on it, and the call will be against D. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in.
Mavericks leading by 5. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Bulls 5 right now. Levine and Parker are the wings. Portis is out there with Robin Lopez. And it's Day in at the 1 spot.
Smith very crafty at finding ways to get room for that mid-range shot. He's got an awesome in-between game.
Down low. And Day gets it to go.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard, it's been a hand-and-glove fit. The 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical. one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff, thanks. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Smith finds Mesri. Back to Smith. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
I like how Smith goes right at the defense. Actually, I love his attack mentality. He's not shy about shooting it inside.
And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Fires from deep. Smith gets it to go on the assist by Barnes. And now it's a 12-point Maverick lead. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Dallas?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Here's Smith, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And, you know, by all accounts, last season was a fine debut for Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, he handled starting point guard duties from day one and was given room to learn on the job. Wasn't always easy, but this kid has talent and showed moments where you get an idea of how special he might be.
Levine passes to Day. Can't get it to fall.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Barnes. Tries again. That one wide left.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
Here's Day. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Day's got 7 points here in this quarter.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Smith with it, now guarded by Day. Smith kicks to Barnes. Over Levine. Barnes with another miss.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Levine dishes to Day. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his third foul of the game. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Parker's shot is off. Dallas leading by 8. Now the pass to Barnes. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Barnes has got 6 points.
And, you know, Barnes does a nice job sizing up the defense close to the basket. I mean, when he's near the rim, takes his time, knows how to get his shot up and down.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Clark, give us a little insider's look. Which players do you look at as gamers? You know, guys who are always ready to put out extra effort and go the extra mile.
Man, there's so many guys that fall into that category, Kevin. It's almost unfair to try to pull some names out, but you look at the way they play, guys like Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant is much that way. He gives great effort and energy to his craft. Steph Curry is a little different, but still provides that and plays with such an exuberance and joy. You know, Marcus Smart is a guy who I think does all the little intangible things that just have a way of making a positive impact on his team. So I don't have enough time to give you the full list, but those are a few of the guys that come to mind.
Yeah, great examples.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Harris finds Smith. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against the guy who towers over him.
Yeah, I like his heart there, the competitive spirit. I mean, refusing to be held in check by bigger defenders. That's all heart and competitive spirit.
5 on the clock. Here's Day. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Wednesday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta. Then on Friday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Toronto Raptors.
And for that game against the Jazz, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here is Day. Covered by Smith. Day, the pass to Levine. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And there's the feed to Barnes. Good D by Lopez.
You know, the defense knew how to play at that time, liked how they made their presence felt without committing the foul.
And Jay gets it to go.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Smith up top, covered by Day. Up again. Left side, Harris. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
Jordan, he's checked in for Dallas. Valentine's checked in for the Bulls. Inside. Levine with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And he gets it to go.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
Harris kicks to Barnes. Passes it to Jordan. Back to Barnes. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jabari Parker.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, he's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Matthews comes in for Harris. Chicago calls timeout. And Greg with Barnes, beyond what he does on the floor, he does everything right off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this organization just loves his intangibles and demeanor as a leader. Incredible work ethic that allows him to keep refining his game. Still very young and is growing into the player this team hoped he'd be.
Well, I love Dunn being creative and getting these calls. I mean, he's amazing at putting defenders in a tough spot.
And the second free throw, good. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Dallas. They've led by as many as 14 points. And yes, it's good.
What a nice offensive arsenal that Matthews has. I mean, he's capable of sinking these high-arching floaters as well as the threes.
Markkanen passes to Dunn. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Markkanen kicks to Dunn. Deflects the pass. Matthews with the steal. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And a chance to check out the stats for Valentine. Some last season stats for him. Averaged 10 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. One of the buzzwords we hear all the time now, Clark, two-way player. But when you were out there, everyone had to be, it seemed to me, a two-way player.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's interesting when you see some of these terms that come into vogue. There's not much that's new under the sun in terms of the game. And clearly, two-way players were as valued in the past, even before me, as they are now. I just think it's part of the language of the game now where it's more prevalent.
Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
Smith kicks to Barnes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Denzel Valentine. And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game clock after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after, boy. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic, but he knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots, and he was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point threat as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes.
The Mavericks have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Yeah, you know, Wesley Matthews has made himself an efficient scorer who also has gained a reputation as a good defender.
And Wes Matthews, a player who has done a great job, Clark, of recovering from a ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Kevin. That's not an easy injury to come back from. He had his injury in 2015 and has been one of the best examples of full recovery from what can be a devastating career-threatening injury. Reached out to DeMarcus Cousins, and Cousins ruptured his Achilles to give him a voice of somebody who had already traveled that road.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Barnes finds Smith. Fires the 3. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for Dallas.
And the corner 3 has not been their shot of choice here tonight. And I think a big reason for that has been the defensive setup. They came in focused on taking away the short-range triple.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool to watch this guy be in this kind of a zone. Dennis Smith, amazing at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
Day kicks to Dunn, and stolen by Jordan. Smith in the post, Dunn covering. With the teardrop, and Matthews with the lay-in. Matthews has got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Here are the Mavericks now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Takes a 3. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Dunn against Matthews. Dunn dishes to Valentine. Here is Day. He's coming off a 31-point game against Detroit. 6 on the shot clock. Valentine passes to Markkanen. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th foul.
And so it's Dallas, sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Well, you have scored in bunches tonight, and you're making it look easy, and it isn't. How are you doing that?
Well, you know, it only looks easy because my teammates making it look easy. You know, they've been doing some great work for me tonight, you know, setting me up with some terrific looks. So the points might be mine, but, you know, I got to give them all the credit.
Group effort leads to good results so far. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive. And the Mavericks with some changes. Measury, he's checked in for Jordan. Dwight Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Harris subbed in for J.J. Barea. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Lopez, he's checked in for Carter. Portis comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Jabari Parker's checked in for Valentine. And it's D in for Dunn. Matthews and Barnes, they're the wings. Mejri is out there with Dwight Powell. And it's Harris in at the point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Levine passes to Day. Kick out to Levine. Pass to Day. Three-pointer. That shot off the mark. Good D by Matthews.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And that one, good. Levine's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, what you get there, Levine strong enough now to take on contact, able to complete the play.
Harris finds Barnes. Back to Harris. Floats one up, and it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. And the Mavericks making a change here. Smith has checked in. Off the inbound pass. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Smith's got 14 points.
And I tell you what, if the defender is not on Smith before the pass, it's too late because he's always ready to fire, and he burns you.
And you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed. Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Day, no good. Dallas leading by 22. Matthews passes to Harris. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. He's got 10.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Now, here is Smith. 14 points for him. A baseline J, and it's Dallas with another. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Dallas.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And the Mavericks with possession here. And here are the Mavericks now. A big stretch here going 10-2. Now here is Harris, covered by Day. Harris finds Mejri. Chalk up 2 there. Mejri's got his second bucket of the night.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
Levine dishes to Day. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Harris kicks to Mejri. Back to Harris. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is, and he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a renaissance man.
Dallas moving it around. Wasted no time on that one. And that's 13 points for Wesley Matthews.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. Looking now at some numbers for Dennis Smith. Last season's performance for him averaged about 15 points a game last season, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
Matthews scanning the floor. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Kevin Harris is a longtime NBA guy, once a very speedy starting point guard. Now he's mostly a reserve and provides scoring and leadership, and those kind of guys bring great value to the roster.
And Harris, now with 15 years of experience in the NBA, he's been able to adjust Clark his game to remain really competitive.
Yeah, you know what? That's not always easy when your game was predicated on great speed, which is what Harris used to have. He's extremely smart, though, and very good decision maker. And he never will be a 20-point per game scorer anymore, but he's still got a spot on the roster because of his experience and his savvy.
Parker, right side. And it goes down 2 points. Parker's got his third bucket of the night.
Have to really love and respect Parker. Just not afraid of anything or anybody out there on the floor. That's the way you got to play.
Smith kicks to Matthews. Back to Smith. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Well, Dennis Smith Jr., one of the scariest players to see coming at you down the lane, Clark. He can just wreck the rim.
Oh, big time, Kevin. Not only does he finish hard, he does so violently and with some anger attached to it. The kind of dunks where you're worried if defenders are going to get hurt trying to challenge him. This guy's explosive. No surprise he was in the dunk contest last season, and I don't think that's going to be his first invite.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Holiday brings the double team, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
That's a jump ball.
And so here is Dallas. Nowitzki, the pass to Smith, and Parker comes with the help. Here's Matthews, plenty of space. That shot off, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Here's Holiday. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got his 7th assist in the game.
And good execution by Levine with the pass. I mean, showing improved leadership skills there.
Harris with it. He's picked up by Parker, stolen by Levine, and here we go. Parker heading to the hoop, and the dunk by Parker.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Six to shoot. Pass to Harris. The three. No good.
The defense is right there. Hard to score against Levine when he's focused and locked in, as well as being aggressive.
Harris and Barnes getting it done for the Dallas Mavericks. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
So both teams making some changes here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Payne.
You know, management for the Dallas Mavericks came right out and said they did not want to enter a rebuild phase. You know, sometimes we don't get exactly what we want, and 2 subpar years in a row certainly changed things for the Mavs.
So for Chicago right now, we've got Robin Lopez, Payne out there with D, and it's Holiday in at the 3 spot.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it, and that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
Felicio kicks today. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Jacks up a three. The shot, no good. Good D by Matthews. Nowitzki finds Smith. Lobs it up for Jordan. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, and Smith doing a nice job getting his teammates involved. Terrific at spotting the open man.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here.